You raise your vibration for an hour, then one negative thought destroys it all. Here's how to stop that cycle forever. Your mind replays arguments that never happened, relives past failures you can't change, creates disasters that don't even exist yet. And you know it's killing your manifestation, right? You know those negative thoughts are keeping you stuck. But here's the thing, and be honest with yourself right now, you don't actually know how to stop them. You try. You meditate for 20 minutes. You write in your gratitude journal. You do the affirmations in the mirror. And then one bad thought creeps in and takes you right back down to zero, maybe even below zero, until now. Because what I'm about to show you changes everything. And I mean everything. Here's the technique Florence Scovel Shinn taught that nobody talks about anymore. It's called instant replacement. And it's so simple you'll think I'm lying to you. You'll think that can't be all there is to it. But it is. The second, and I mean the exact second, a negative thought appears in your mind, you don't fight it. You don't sit there analyzing why it showed up. You don't journal about where it came from or what childhood wound triggered it. You replace it immediately, right there, with the opposite truth. Let me give you an example so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Negative thought shows up, I'll never have enough money. The instant you catch it, and catching it is the key here, you say out loud or silently, divine abundance flows to me now. That's it. No 20-minute meditation needed. No 5-step ritual. Instant swap. One thought out, one thought in. Like changing a channel on your television. Hit like right now and comment, replace, if you're ready to actually try this. And subscribe, because every single video on this channel gives you instant techniques like this. Not theory, not philosophy you can't apply. Tools you can use today, this hour, this minute. Practical spiritual power. But here's what nobody tells you about why this works and why affirmations alone have been failing you for years. Your subconscious mind doesn't care about truth. It doesn't fact check. It doesn't go verify your statements. It just obeys repetition. Think about that for a second. Really let that sink in. You've probably said, I'm broke, or I'm so tired, or nothing works for me 10,000 times in your life, maybe more, maybe 15,000. Your subconscious heard that 10,000 times and said, okay, that must be true. Let's create that reality. Let's find evidence for it. Let's make it permanent. When you do instant replacement, you're interrupting the loop before it completes. You're stopping the repetition before it programs deeper into your mind. Every time you catch a negative thought and swap it, you're literally rewiring your brain. Neuroplasticity. You're building new neural pathways. And more importantly, you're changing the vibration you're broadcasting to the universe every single second. Because here's what most people don't understand. Your thoughts aren't private. They're not just happening in your head with no consequence. They're frequency. They're energy. They're broadcast signals going out into the field of infinite possibility. And that field responds. It always responds. It has to. That's spiritual law. Let me tell you about Jessica. She came to me completely stuck, making $2,400 a month, working herself to exhaustion, 50-hour weeks. And she kept saying, I work so hard, but nothing changes. I'm doing everything right, but I'm still broke. I spent one day with her, just observing, following her around, listening. She said, I'm so tired 14 times. I can't afford that, 9 times. Money's tight, 6 times. 29 limiting statements in one day. And she didn't even realize she was doing it. When I told her, she was shocked. She said, I said that? I don't even remember saying it. That's the problem. These thoughts are so automatic, so habitual, that they're invisible to you. You're programming lack subconsciously. I gave her one rule, just one. Every single time you say or think a limitation, say the opposite immediately. Don't wait 5 minutes. Don't wait until you're in a better mood. Immediately. I'm so tired gets interrupted mid-sentence and becomes, I'm energized by divine life force. I can't afford that becomes, money flows to me easily and constantly. Money's tight becomes, I live in abundant supply. There's always more than enough. She thought it was going to be hard. She thought she'd forget. But I told her, it'll be hard for 3 days. Then it becomes automatic. Your brain will start catching the thoughts before you even finish thinking them. Week 2. She got an unexpected bonus at work. $300. Small, but unexpected. Week 4. A new client appeared out of nowhere worth $8,000. Month 3. She crossed $6,000 monthly income. Month 5. She was at $9,000. What changed? Nothing external. She didn't get a new job. She didn't learn a new skill. She stopped programming lack 29 times a day. She started programming abundance instead. That's the power of instant replacement. You're not ignoring reality. You're refusing to make your current reality permanent. There's a huge difference between those two things. Now let's practice this together right now. I'm going to give you a negative thought, and I want you to say the replacement out loud. Actually do it. Don't just listen passively like this is entertainment. Participate. This is training. Ready? Negative thought. Nothing ever works out for me. Your replacement, say it now, out loud. Everything is working out for my highest good right now. Good. Feel that shift? Even just saying it once, you felt something move. Next one. Negative thought. People always let me down. Your replacement. I attract loyal, supportive people into my life. I am surrounded by people who value me. One more. This is a big one. Negative thought. I'm falling behind everyone else. Everyone's succeeding except me. Your replacement. I'm exactly where I need to be, and abundance is accelerating toward me right now. My timing is divine timing. Did you actually say them? If you did, if you participated, comment below with one negative thought you struggle with most. The one that shows up every single day. I'll personally give you the perfect replacement for it. I read every comment. Now let's talk about why negative thoughts feel so real. Why do they grab you so strongly? Why do they feel more true than the positive thoughts? Here's what Florence Scovel Shinn taught. She called it race consciousness, the collective belief in limitation. Your family programmed you with it from birth. Money doesn't grow on trees. Life is hard. You have to struggle to succeed. Society programmed you with it. The news programs you with it every single day. Lack, fear, disaster, struggle, crisis. It's everywhere. It's the water we're all swimming in. But here's the spiritual law that sets you free. You cannot hold two thoughts at the exact same time. Your mind is either vibrating lack or abundance, fear or faith, past or present, resentment or forgiveness. It can't be both simultaneously. There's no neutral. You're always choosing one or the other whether you realize it or not. So when you catch yourself replaying that argument from 2 years ago, you're not processing the past. You're not healing. You're creating more conflict right now, in this present moment. When you rehearse imaginary confrontations in your head, when you practice what you'll say if someone disrespects you, you're not preparing for the future. You're manifesting drama. Have you noticed that sometimes the arguments you rehearse in your mind actually happen later? The exact scenario you imagined? Write yes in the comments if you've experienced this, because it's not coincidence. It's not that you predicted it. You practiced the conflict so many times that you created the frequency for it. You tuned yourself to the channel of conflict. Then, the universe matched it. Then, people responded to the energy you were carrying, and the fight you rehearsed became real. This is the law of substitution. Whatever you dwell on multiplies. Whatever you give attention to grows. So when you catch that negative thought and you instantly replace it with truth, you're not being fake. You're not pretending. You're not in denial about your circumstances. You're taking command of your reality. You're saying, I refuse to create more of this. I'm choosing a different future right now. Let me tell you about David. He couldn't let go of a business failure from 5 years ago. Lost $40,000. Partnership went bad. He got betrayed. And every single day, he replayed what he should have done differently. If only I had seen the red flags. Why didn't I trust my gut? I'm such an idiot for trusting him. Over and over. 5 years of daily replay. His current business, stuck at break-even for 3 years. Because his dominant vibration wasn't possibility. It wasn't growth. It was failure. It was, I can't trust myself to make good decisions. I told him, every time that memory surfaces, and I know it will because it's a habit now, say this. That experience was my preparation for massive success now. I learned what I needed to learn. I'm wiser. I'm ready. He thought it was ridiculous. He said, but I did fail. That's a fact. I lost $40,000. That's not going away. I said, the fact is, the past. Your words create the future. You get to choose what that experience means. Choose something that serves you. He committed. He said he'd try it for 30 days. 3 weeks in, he told me the memory was coming up less frequently. He said, "It's weird. It used to be the first thing I thought about every morning. Now whole days go by without thinking about it." 6 weeks. He said, "I barely think about it anymore. And when I do, I don't feel that heavy feeling in my chest. It's just a memory now, not a wound." 8 weeks later, he signed a contract worth $90,000. Double what he lost, more than double. And he called me crying. He said, "I spent 5 years carrying that failure. 5 years. It took 2 months to let it go. Why didn't anyone tell me it could be this simple?" The lesson? Your past only has power if you keep feeding it attention. The memory exists. The event happened, but you get to decide what it means. And you decide that with your words, with your thoughts, every single day. So here's your daily system to hold high vibration. This is practical. This is what you do starting tomorrow morning. Actually, starting today, right after this video ends. Morning, first 5 minutes before you touch your phone. Before you check your messages or scroll social media or look at the news. Say 3 replacement statements out loud. Stand up if you can. Put your hand on your heart and say, "Money flows to me constantly from expected and unexpected sources. I am divinely protected and guided in everything I do. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds." 3 statements. 5 minutes. That's it. But you have to do it every single day. Consistency creates the shift. Throughout your day, you're on active duty. You're a thought watcher now. You're the guardian of your own mind. Every time a negative thought appears, and they will appear because you've been thinking them for years, you catch it. You replace it. Instantly. Don't wait, don't analyze, just swap. If you can, say it out loud. If you're around people, say it silently. But say it with conviction. Say it like you mean it. Your subconscious responds to emotional intensity, not just words. Evening, last 3 minutes before sleep. This is important because the subconscious is most receptive right before sleep. Review your day. Where did you catch yourself? Count them. Celebrate those wins. I replaced 12 thoughts today. Don't beat yourself up for the ones you missed. Don't focus on your failures. Just set the intention. Tomorrow, I catch them faster. Tomorrow, I'm more aware. Screenshot this framework right now. Comment, "Captured," when you do it so I know you're serious about this. So I know you're not just consuming content, you're actually applying it. Now let me address the 2 biggest objections I always hear about this technique, because I know some of you are thinking these exact thoughts right now. Objection number 1, but I have real problems, real bills, real debt. I can't just ignore them by saying pretty words. That's toxic positivity. Listen carefully. You're not ignoring problems. You're refusing to make them your identity. There's a massive difference between "I'm dealing with a financial challenge right now" and "I'm a broke person." One is a temporary situation. The other is an identity. One you can solve. The other defines you. Handle the problem with action. Pay the bill. Make the call. Apply for the job. Have the difficult conversation. But hold your vibration with your words. Because when you say, "I'm broke," you're not describing reality. You're commanding your future. Your subconscious doesn't know you're just venting. It doesn't know you're just having a bad day. It hears "I'm broke" and says, "Okay, let's create more broke. Let's find more evidence for this. Let's make sure we stay broke." Objection number 2. What if the negative thought is actually true? Like, "I literally don't have money in my bank account right now. I have $17. How is saying I'm abundant going to change that?" That's lying. Here's what you need to understand. Your current reality is the result of your past vibration. What you're experiencing today is what you created with your thoughts from weeks or months or years ago. When you say, "I'm broke today," while looking at your bank account with $17, you're not describing today. You're programming tomorrow. You're programming next week. You're programming next month. When you say "money is coming to me now," or "I am abundant," you're not lying. You're declaring a new reality. You're building it. You're changing your frequency. And the universe responds to frequency, not facts. Florence Scovel Shinn said, Your word is your wand. You're either commanding increase or commanding lack. Every single time you speak, every single time you think, choose wisely. Let me tell you about Monica. She spent hours every week having imaginary arguments. With her boss who undervalued her. With her ex who wronged her 3 years ago. With her sister who always criticized her choices. Hours. Full conversations in her head where she said the perfect comeback. Where she put them in their place. Where she won the argument and they finally understood how wrong they were. I asked her, how many of these arguments actually happened in real life? She paused, thought about it. Maybe one? And it wasn't even as bad as I imagined it would be. I said, and did your mental rehearsal help you? She laughed. No. It made it worse because by the time the real conversation happened, I was already angry. I was already defensive. I had already decided they were against me. I gave her this replacement. Every single time you start an imaginary argument, the second you notice you're doing it, catch it immediately and say, I speak only words of harmony. All my conversations are divinely guided. I am surrounded by peace. That's it. Interrupt the imaginary conflict. Replace it with harmony. Refuse to practice drama. 2 months later, she messaged me. I can't believe what's happening. People are just nicer to me now. Situations that would have turned into fights just resolve peacefully. My boss actually gave me a raise without me even asking. My sister called to apologize for something from years ago. My ex texted me to say he's happy for my success. What is happening? Did they all change? I told her, they didn't change. You changed. You stopped broadcasting conflict frequency. You stopped practicing drama. When you rehearse arguments in your mind, you're sending out a vibration of conflict. You're walking around with defensive energy, and people respond to that even if they don't consciously know it. Now you're broadcasting peace, harmony, and they're responding to that instead. Your thoughts are not private. They're not happening in some sealed room where no one can detect them. Their frequency, their energy, everyone around you feels them even if they can't name what they're feeling. When you change your inner world, your outer world rearranges itself to match. Every time. Now, here's the advanced technique. If you've been doing instant replacement for a few weeks and you want to go deeper, this is for you. It's called vibration anchoring. Choose one physical gesture. It can be touching your thumb to your index finger, hand on your heart, tapping your chest twice, whatever feels natural and easy to you. Every single time you successfully replace a negative thought, do the gesture and say, this is my natural state. You replace a thought of lack with abundance. Do the gesture, this is my natural state. You replace worry with peace. Do the gesture, this is my natural state. You replace fear with faith. Gesture, this is my natural state. After 21 days of this, that gesture becomes a reset button. Your nervous system gets programmed. Gesture equals high vibration. Gesture equals safety. Gesture equals abundance. So later, when you're in a stressful moment, when you're about to walk into a difficult meeting, when you feel anxiety rising, you can just do the gesture and your body remembers. Instant frequency shift. No words needed. No 5-minute meditation. Just the anchor. This works because you're training your nervous system, not just your conscious mind. Your body learns. This gesture means we're safe, abundant, and powerful. And your body responds faster than your thoughts. Your body holds the pattern. And once it's locked in, it's automatic. Let me tell you about Rachel. She had severe anxiety, panic attacks 3 to 4 times a week for 2 years. She tried therapy. She tried medication. Nothing worked long term. I taught her instant replacement plus anchoring. Her gesture was hand on heart. Every time she caught an anxious thought and replaced it with, I am safe, I am calm, divine peace fills me now, she'd put her hand on her heart and say, this is my natural state. 30 days in, panic attacks down to once a week. 60 days, once a month. 90 days, she couldn't remember the last one. She said, now when I feel anxiety starting, I just do the gesture and my body calms down before the panic even builds. It's like I have a superpower. That's what you're building. A superpower. The ability to shift your state instantly. No dependence on external circumstances. No waiting for the right moment or the right mood. Instant command of your vibration. Let's make this real. I want to give you a 7-day challenge starting right now. Today is day 1. Days 1 and 2, you're just a watcher. Don't even try to replace thoughts yet. Just notice them. Every time a negative thought appears, just acknowledge it. Oh, there's a limitation thought. There's a fear thought. There's a lack thought. Don't judge yourself. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up. Just observe. Write them down if you want. You'll be shocked how many you have. Most people are running 50 to 100 limitation thoughts daily, and they don't even know it. Awareness is the first step. Days 3 and 4, you start replacing. Your goal is just 5 replacements per day. 5. That's it. You're not trying to be perfect. You're building the habit. Catch the thought. Swap it immediately, move on. 5 times a day. That's manageable. That's doable even on your busiest day. Days 5 and 6. Increase to 15 replacements daily. Now you're on active duty. You're a thought warrior. You're vigilant. And here's where you add the anchor gesture if you want to. Every replacement, do your gesture. This is my natural state. Lock it in physically. Day 7, review everything. Look at what shifted in your external reality. Did money show up unexpectedly? Did a problem resolve itself without you forcing it? Did someone treat you better? Did an opportunity appear? Did you feel lighter, happier, more peaceful? Write it down. Document it. Because here's what happens. When you change your inner frequency, your outer world rearranges itself to match. It has to. That's law. Your affirmation for this entire week, the one you come back to over and over, say it with me right now. I instantly recognize and replace any thought that lowers my vibration. My mind is trained on abundance, harmony, and divine supply. Every word I speak and think creates my prosperous reality. My dominant frequency is wealth, health, and happiness. I dwell in the secret place of the Most High, and no negative thought can remain in my consciousness. I am the authority over my mind. That's your power statement. Write it down. Put it where you'll see it every morning. On your bathroom mirror, on your phone wallpaper, somewhere visible. Say it out loud 3 times before you start your day. Let it program your subconscious while you sleep. Let it become the background music of your mind. Comment Day 1 right now to commit to this challenge. I'll check on you throughout the week. I'll respond to your updates. And subscribe because next video I'm showing you the exact words to command money to appear in 24 hours. Not manifest, not attract. Command. There's a difference, and it's more powerful than anything you've tried before. Remember this. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are the authority over them. Every thought is a servant waiting for your command. When a negative one appears, you don't negotiate with it. You don't ask it politely to leave. You command it. You replace it instantly, and you take back your power. Your vibration is your choice, not your circumstance, not your bank account, not your past, not what your parents told you, not what society says is possible. Your choice, right now, this moment. Every moment, choose high, choose abundance, choose faith, choose peace, and watch your entire reality shift to match. One more thing before you go. I want you to understand something deeply. The technique is simple, but simple doesn't mean easy at first. You've been thinking negative thoughts automatically for years, maybe decades. They're habits, deeply grooved patterns in your brain. So when you start this practice, you're going to forget sometimes. You're going to catch yourself 10 minutes after the negative thought already passed. That's okay. You're going to have days where you miss 30 thoughts and only catch 2. That's okay. Progress, not perfection. What matters is that you keep going. What matters is that today you catch more than yesterday. This week you catch more than last week. You're building awareness. You're building a new habit, and habits take time. But I promise you, if you stay consistent with this, if you make it non-negotiable for 30 days, your entire life will look different. Your bank account, your relationships, your health, your peace of mind. Everything shifts when your vibration shifts. I'll see you in the next video. Stay in your power. Hold your frequency. You've got this.